Good evening. It's like after 9 here in Youngstown, Ohio. Joe here, of course. Excuse me while I get a drink here. Yeah, I just want to show off a couple new things. This is one of the 10 by 11 tens that didn't get done, but recently, yeah, the wheels and tires came in yesterday. Finally, they were supposed to be in the other day. Well, they got into town on Sunday night. Of course, Monday was a holiday, so I figured I'd have them Tuesday. Well, Tuesday comes, and I check my P.O. box, and they're not there. I'm like, well, that's weird, because they were in Youngstown, like, Sunday night. Okay, and then I look at my, the tracking on it, and I check the email, and it's showing my shipping address as my house, not the P.O. box. Because they used my billing address as a shipping, or at least that's what it said. And it said, delivery by 9 p.m. I'm like, oh, okay, well, hey, that explains it. And I've seen mail trucks around, going quite late. I see them on Sundays, So, anywho, I'm awake till like 9:15 or so. And I checked the mailbox. I didn't hear it clank. I didn't hear a knock or nothing. And, nothing. I'm like, okay, well, that's weird. And I checked tracking, and it still says, something about it was in Youngstown Post Office. Now it says something like 6 something a.m. I'm like, well, okay, so it must have went out. Oh, well, okay. So yesterday, I get the email notification that it's been delivered. I'm like, okay, it's on my front porch. It's in the mailbox. It's a small package, so luckily it's something that, unless somebody came up on the porch and opened the mailbox, they're not going to know it's there. It's small enough to fit in the box. So I get home, and the first thing I do is, well, no, not the first thing I do. I look closely at the notification. It says, deuce down. It says, deliver to parcel locker. I'm like, well, wait a minute. How's that in my P.O. box if it's supposed to go to my house? So I checked the post office box after work, and there they are. I'm like, okay, that's confusing, but I got them. Still waiting on a couple more items in the mail, but apparently they're going to be maybe tomorrow or Saturday. But this truck will eventually be blue and white, almost like the box art on the kit. Let's, I just knocked stuff over. That's okay. Almost like that. But it's not going to get the bar. But yeah, that was the factory color combination. There were two blues. There was Bahama blue and Regatta blue. I believe his was the one of them was more common. And one of them, by what I've read or saw, was a special order color. They look similar. I'm doing it weathered, because you can see I rotted out. Let's get down here. See, I rotted that out. Oh boy, these rubber tires stick like glue. They even said, these are from FireBall Motorworks. It even said in the sheet that came with it, avoid leaving this on like fine wood surfaces. So in other words, if I put this kit, together and it's sitting on a wooden desk, the tires may stick. Who knows? But anyhow, I'll let it fall apart for now. But yeah, these wheels and tires are awesome. First of all, let's get this camera up here. These are the weighted tires. If you look closely, it has a flat spot. And so that way it looks like it has weight on it, like it's a real tire would when it's sitting. And I noticed he puts them at random spots. Because my thought was, I bet they're all going to, the tire is going to be at the same exact spot on all of these. And it's going to look weird. Kind of like they do when they pose cars in magazines. The white lettering is always, legible. It's at the top of the tire. But see, there's the flat spot. And it's at the MT point. And it's a different point there on either side, because it's double lettered. Yeah, so they're all different. And the wheels these are for the two-wheel drive. Now, ironically, these are for the, whatchamacallit, 125th scale. But they are big. They don't look it, but if you put these on 125th, they're pretty damn big. They're supposed to be 315/75Rs with a 16.5-inch wheel. Which I'm not quite sure what that equals total height, but what I've seen, it's like 31 or something like that in 125th. But these look great on the 124th. They're going to be just like my ex-coworker buddy's truck was. You know, they're going to be taking up, you know, a good part of the fender well, like his were. Even though it was a two-wheel drive truck, he had these stuffed up under there. So, yeah, it's going to look pretty cool. But these wheels, it's got the two different type. It's got the front with just the bearing sticking through and the 8 lugs. And look at that. They even came with holes to put your own valve stem in. Already pre-drilled. The only thing I wish they were, I wish the hubs were separate. You know, 'cause I'm going to have to paint those, you know, black and greasy and rusty colored and do the lugs. I'm going to put some more wash down in here and some rust powders because his truck originally had those aluminum finned looking flat hubcaps that look like turbines or something. Well, in the last few pictures he took before he scrapped the truck, they were missing, and he had these silver, you know, the factory silver painted rimmed with all the rust, you know, paint flaking off and such. So yeah, I mean, they even put the holes for your own valve stem, which is awesome. And here's the rear one. You got the floating axle sticking through. So yeah, it's going to get some more detail. I mean, this is probably going to go back in the box and get back burnered for a while. Because I got 2 things I got to, well, one I got to finish up by December. Yeah, I think it's, oh yeah, end of December. I got the snap kit for Mill Creek Fab. And I got the Jason at Blue Ox. I got his street machine, which I haven't done a lot on. So, yeah. So that's going to go back burnered here back in the box for a while. But yeah, I wanted to show these off. So I highly recommend these. Now, certain tires fit certain wheels, and some of his tires are resin. You know, they're not the rubber resin. You know, so you have to paint them. These you don't have to paint. Oh, and these do come with, you know, the back half of the rim, like so. But I won't be using them because I already installed these backings to the monogram kit. / Revell if it's, you know, if it's a newer one. So these tires fit right over those backings without these in there. So yeah, those aren't going to be used. But yeah, I just got to finish this. I mean, this is, you know, crusty like his truck. I can only imagine what it was like before he scrapped it, because it was crusty then. You know, in the early 2000s when he was still working with me. And he scrapped it, I think, last year or the year before. He had 2 turbo mufflers turned sideways and hung with a coat hanger wire, so I did the same thing. A little bit of thin wire, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's where that's going. Eventually it'll be done and got the bed full of stuff, so I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, that's that for that truck. Let's move on here. This is the Usack Dart engine. It's coming along. I got the performance valve covers and dress-up kit, so I got them on, painted flat black and silver on the high points. I got the carb on there, and I got some black wash on it. It's going to get a little more detail. I'm going to, you know, like paint some of the linkage, slightly different colors, you know, the butterfly, slightly different color, and the choke pull off and all that, just to give it some more depth. But it is coming along. I unfortunately broke the belts this morning. It comes with 2. It comes with a plain, let's see, is this it? Yeah, it comes with a plain belt. Damn it, I don't want to throw it around, for just an alternator. Now, the other belt I broke, it came with alternator, power steering pump, and AC up here, and it came with an AC pump. I didn't want the AC. I just wanted power steering and alternator. So I tried to trim the belt off. And I was just going to make a piece to fill in so it looked like it just had a power steering pump and alternator. Well, you know, resin 3D is kind of brittle. It broke. I think this is the broken one here. No, this one is. Yeah. They're nearly identical, but yeah, they see where it broke off there. I wanted to, you know, have it still come out, and where it went up to the pump, I was going to have it just go straight across to this pulley, and it broke. So I got the spare one too. I'm just going to go ahead and make out of some scrap belts I have here, just, you know, make it come out for the power steering. I didn't want AC on this one, but I got the transmission attached. I got to put a little more black wash down between those fins. You know, I don't want that silver right there showing. But it's got the, you know, higher capacity transmission pan. And I got the tail shafts. I just got to get the chassis somewhat built to figure out which one I'm going to use. The long one or the short one. And then there's the stock pan from VCG. And there's some breathers. But I got the, you know, fuel pump painted. Starter on and painted. You'll get some detailed colors here. But I got the headers and flat white. Oh, there's crap falling out of the bag here. That bag's not sealed, dummy. Good thing I'm over the table. Oh, there's the air cleaner, which I think I'm more or less just going to set it on there. You know, to display it. Because I got to paint the element, of course. I really, come on, focus. This ain't my normal phone, by the way. This is a backup phone. My other phone totally burnt up. It's gone. So until I get another one, I brought this one out of retirement. Hopefully it's going to work. But I really hate to cover that carb. I mean, those are just too nice. But, yeah, there's that. And then there's, you know, the headers and all that good stuff. And, yeah, I still got to do the belts and, like I said, the distributor and the wiring. So I got there on that one. So, hold on. Be right back again. Let's move on to the next subject. And we're back again. Here's the other subject. Yep. I'll remember to put all that back in there. This is the engine for the city truck, the 60 Ford. Now, my research, as best as I could ascertain, showed these engines were in different colors depending on year and what model vehicle they were going in. And I looked up 60 F100 and with the Y block, and I found a lot with the black and the red valve covers. So that's what I went for. I got to detail those valve covers a little bit yet. But I got the carb on there, and I got the crossover pipe. Which the only disturbing thing for me is, with it coming out only one side, that means this truck would have been single exhaust. That has duals, but they end like right here. They're molded into the chassis. Now I could, I already have the chassis painted. I could grind it out of there, run a single exhaust, and, you know, rebuild it and repaint it. But I'm probably not going to do that, as for the most part this is going to be a shelf model. I don't know if I want to get into totally modifying that. So that may not happen. Unless I get really enthusiastic, you know, and do that to the chassis. And, you know, I could just paint the whole chassis black and make it easy. You know, put some sheet plastic in there. But I don't know if I want to do that. But that's the engine. Of course, it needs more detail. I got to, you know, paint this fuel pump here. It appeared in pictures I've seen on some of them, it's really hard to see in black, that the lower half of this was actually like a filter built into it. Like a glass, you know, see the little baling wires here? That the lower part of it came off and there's a filter in there. So I'll probably paint that, some of it silver and maybe a tan color to look like the filter. And I mean, not that you're going to really see it. But yeah, it's going. I painted the tranny an iron color. I'll probably paint the linkages, you know, a little different colors to bring it out. But like I said, this is supposed to be like a brand new truck the day the city of Youngstown took delivery of it. So, like it's literally sitting on the lot at the dealer. So, I don't want to go getting it too weathered or greasy or the paint peeling off the manifold yet, because it's brand new. It literally, you know, came off and came in. Now this yellow is a lot brighter under this light. It's more of a, I don't know what you'd call it. It's called golden autumn gold. So it's more of a goldish yellow, I guess. Here it looks like bright racing yellow, but it's not. I did the seat up like I did the other one, the rat rod version. I mean, the bumpers are in off-white. So's the grill. I got to detail it out a little bit more. Here's the, there's the mirrors. Don't want to lose them. There's the underside. Now, you see what AMT did with the exhaust? I got to paint the drive shaft yet. They only ended it here. Now, when that single comes down, I could do another crossover pipe and make them look connected. But if I do grind this out, then I got to put a new floor in, you know, and all that good stuff. I would still have to run this out the back. And of course, it's a molded in axle and stuff on this truck. I still may do it and just grind that out and just paint this whole chassis black and be done with it. And, you know, just put some sheet plastic in here and all that good crap. But then again, I may not. Now, the only flaw in the slaw that I did find was on this engine. If you look on the box art for this kit, their engine, the oil pan is in the back. I'm like, I thought Fords were in the front. And I looked up for the Y block. And some were front, some were back, I guess depending on what vehicle. But for the Ford pickup, because I found an actual, looked like almost like a manufacturer photo or drawing of which way it goes and all that good crap. It's in the front on the F100 truck. So I'm like, okay, but the only problem is when I went to test fit it in this chassis, I'm going to have to modify that cross member. That's why the axle, the metal axle to this kit's supposed to lay in that cross member. I didn't do that. I cut the axle off and just glued these wheels on the stubs. So I may have to grind this cross member down so the engine will properly fit in there. I had it in there the other night, but I got to make sure it clears the firewall, clears the radiator, you know, with the fan and everything on, and sits right. So I'm going to have to play with that a little bit. But it's coming along. But again, this is probably like the my buddy's truck is probably going to have to get back burnered too. If I'm expecting to get 2 group build things done by the end of December. Plus, I got a couple other gifts I want to get done. I want to have a couple done for Christmas. So we'll see. So this may get back burnered a little bit here. I haven't done much the past couple nights. I'm really tired this weekend. It's supposed to be nice weather-wise, or at least dry. I got a lot of yard work to do yet, so Saturday I'll probably be doing that. My girlfriend's going to Cleveland, so we're not doing lunch and stuff. Excuse me, which gives me most of the day. So we shall see. Oh, and these thrush mufflers came from VCG. I looked them up online, the real thing. And the only thing is, I don't know if they ever made them where the detail was raised like this. I couldn't find any photos. And they were always, the ones I did see were blue. And then right here, they had a white stripe almost like a racing stripe. And then this was in like a magenta with the orange beak or something like that. So I don't know how accurate these really are. But they look kind of cool on the underside of a car. And hell, they're actually fastbacks. They go right through. So, yeah, that's where I'm at on that. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Just messing with this stuff. And so I got the dash like it's a brand new truck. I gotta put the gauge details or decals on there yet. And I'm gonna paint more on the knobs. Make, some look like black with chrome bases. The floor is gonna get painted flat black, and that panel there black, and then the door handles and stuff. But yeah, I got the wheels on with they're off-white with the dull-coated hubcaps with the Ford logo. It's coming along nicely. So I've accomplished a few things the past few days, but I could be further along. But right now it's almost bedtime for Joe, so I won't be doing much more tonight. I'll probably decide what I take to work in the morning and excuse me. Yeah, take some more and do some more paint work and whatever, and see what I can accomplish. But yeah, I think this is looking pretty good. In fact, let's get down here a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good looking truck. It's going to be just like I said. Let me kill the light on it. See if that de-yellows it a little bit. Yeah, that's a little closer. It's still a little more goldish, like a goldenrod color, I guess you'd call it. But nice city-looking truck color. It's going to get the decal on it and the number, and like I said, it's going to get the blinky light on the roof. A nice, clean, shiny one, and it's going to look just like a truck that just got delivered. I got to still detail the grill out here. A lot of them had a stainless bezel around the headlights, so I'll probably do that, and then maybe blacken the grill a little bit more. And I got to do a wash in these door lines and everything. But that's about where she is. All right, people. Well, hey, if you're watching and if you stuck around this long, thanks. Joe is going to go get ready for bed, and I'll be catching up with you shortly. So, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out of here.